Assalamualaikum and hi to seawang Idris. My name is Ramidah binti Ramlee. My meeting number 67536. Today I and my group member will present assignment 1 entitled How does politics, economy and culture system affect the industrial relation? So, let me begin to the introduction first. According to the SCUMA 2015, industrial relation is relationship between employers and employees for the direction, supervising and planning purpose to without taking advantage and right of the employees. Myanmar is very significant and synonym with the garment factory, food processing, commodities industry, which successful attract many foreign to invest in that country. But the untold story of the successful is the employees receive low wage and enforce produce thousands of garments by working overtime. And this situation will affect the employee health because the environment of the factory is not conducive. The International Labour Organization has held a meeting with 20 managers of the factory in Myanmar to improve their management knowledge. It's very good to build confidence between the employers and the employees through the effective management.
My name is William Frankey. My metric number is 68055. So I will be talking about the first point, which is political system. So the political system in Myanmar and Malaysia is related to law, and both countries have shown differences which can be seen through the dispute resolution system. In Myanmar, the International Labour Organization (ILO) was implemented as a guide for them if there are any dispute occurs. The Myanmar labor law in the ILO stated labor dispute as a disagreement between employees or labor organization that happen in the workplace. There are so many issues that could happen in a workplace, including health and safety issues, termination of worker, holiday issues, or compensation and benefit for employees. This shows that disputes are recognized as a matter of labor relation. So under the 1929 Trade Dispute Act, the dispute that happened in Myanmar between the employers and employees were covered when there is case rise up to several levels to a trade dispute settlement tribunal of legal experts. So according to Ediger and Fletcher 2017, stated that any conflict that happened between the employers and employees are solved through a series of worker committees, which include also the government as well uh, to monitor the case, and labor union also cannot involve in this situation under the military regime. Besides, labor disputes are allowed by having rights of freedom in association and expression. So, however, the dispute resolution system in Malaysia are more different than Myanmar. The trade dispute can be explained as any conflict that occurs between both employer and employee involving the employment or non-employment or the condition of work. This is provided under the Section 2 of the Industrial Relations Act 1967. It can be settled by reference to the Director General Industrial Relations (DGIR) for conciliation by any parties, employers or employee, who will inform the minister if he or she is convinced that there is no possibility of resolving the trade dispute. The minister may take the required steps to reconcile the conflict. However, the conflict will refer to the industrial court (IC) in either through writing or on their own motion if the dispute cannot be resolved. So when the conflict had been referred to the industrial court (IC), the worker cannot take any action such as strike. For instance, the worker will pressure the employer to endorse the request on the above issues. That's all from me. Thank you.
Greeting to Sarawak. My name is Ronny Maripa. I'm going to present the economy system which has affected the both country. So for my first slide is uh, economy affects industrial relations in Myanmar. As we know, Myanmar is one of the country that is less developed than other ASEAN. This is because, according to Gillian and in 2016, Myanmar has been scarred by the legacy of decades of severe repression of civil society, collective rights, and political expansion. However, in 2011, President Tin has taken over the Myanmar and become the president of Myanmar. Therefore, he has prioritized the economic reform and political reform to convenience the growth of economy in the country. Besides that, the administration of the National League of Democracy (NDL) stepped up effort to grow FDI by offering tax exemptions and encourage the creating of special economic zone. However, the economic right that have been given attention by the administration of President Thein Sein have causes a strike. This is because the worker in Myanmar has demand for improving their wage. The government sector was the most participant in the strike. Due to this, the, the foreign investment cannot be the foreign direct investment cannot go as they expected because there is unstable industrial relation in the country. As the foreign direct investment criteria to invest in the country, the industrial relation in that country must stable. Therefore, the unstable industrial relation due to the industrial action that has been made by the worker causes the unstable industrial relation in the country. This has made the less. This has led to the less. This has led to the less foreign investor in the country. Therefore, this make the job opportunity also in that country become less, and the most of the worker unemployed. So for the mentioned part is, according to Corvillan and Dusty 1995, Malaysia has succeeded in expanding and diversifying production so that it does not rely in tin and rubber alone. Besides that, Malaysia has also made transforms in Malaysian economy from resource-based industry to manufacturing-based one, and be driven by the foreign direct investment and multinational enterprise. Due to this, the foreign investor in this Malaysia has been increased and this has caused the economy in Malaysia has developed rapidly. Other than transform the economy, the foreign investor also attracted in Malaysia to invest in Malaysia is because of cheap labor and well-developed infrastructure. This has created the opportunity to Malaysia to create more jobs and encourage the local business to grow. Indirectly, this also has helped the economy of Malaysia develop more rapidly than other country, ASEAN country. Thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, for my part, I will discuss about the cultural system that affect the IR system for both country, which is Malaysia and Myanmar. First, the general effect the culture system is the ethnic. The ethnic between the both countries are different. Major ethnic in Myanmar is Bamar. In Malaysia is the major ethnic is Malay, Chinese, and India. For the religions, Myanmar is more to Buddhism, and Malaysia is main religion is Islam. For the culture business, Myanmar is inculcates the value in patient in business. Between the foreign and local community, because foreign investor needs local community to accept with an open attitude to establish the relationship between the employee and employer. Okay, for the Malaysia, business culture is more to polite, patient, and demonstrate the good ethic all the time to get investment or engage with other businessmen in Malaysia. Okay. Secondly, Myanmar is focus on thing that they need focus or major factor is in culture business is understand the local culture, so to avoid the frustration, offense, and the local community serious in every meeting. The culture business. Compared to Malaysia, the culture business is more to establish the productive in business and should be according with the culture, religion of the local community. Next. Okay, for this two individualistic and collectivism, both countries also different. Okay, Myanmar is prefer individualistic culture because it was a basic survival for the survive in society or in the development. For Malaysia, they more prefer collectivism because give priorities to family, and while working as a group, they achieve the same goals. Okay, for the workplace culture, Myanmar are more to respecting, understanding the culture and communication. Because dispute happen in Myanmar because of lack of this three factor. Okay, compared to Malaysia, the workplace culture is first positive working environment and interaction between employer and employee. Because to this factor really needs in Malaysia to avoid the strike and dispute happen between the really employer and employee happen. That's all. Thank you.
In conclusion, employer and employees should take action according to the law to get justice. If the dispute happens between two parties, it will affect the economic country, and for sure, industrial action like strike and picket will happen also. It will make organization close, and the organization cannot pay tax on the government bodies. In addition, today, economy around the world hit by pandemic COVID-19 and unstable. There are many people unemployed and organizations cannot afford pay the wage. This also make an industrial action happen. Cultural system in organization should be taken seriously by both parties because it can remain the teamwork and harmonies. Myanmar was still new and accepting national law of industrial relations. I think this is why management failed to manage their organization because they don't know about the labor law in that country. That's all from me. Thank you.